Oh my God, I love that music.
Yeah, I
Woke
was
up.
just
I
saying,
fell
Jim,
asleep.
the two hearts were like this.
I was wait. I was hoping that Peter was started to sing a lullaby with this music, but okay. Welcome to another live stream talk. Today we have Harper. How are you, Harper?
I am doing great. How are you?
Well, I think I'm pretty good. Hopefully. And now let's jump to Belgium. Ça va, Chris? Comment allez-vous?
Het gaat heel goed met mij.
Okay.
Très bien.
Okay.
I'm well.
So now let's get back to America. Jim, how are you?
Best day of my life. I'm excited.
Perfect. And then let's get back. Oh no, it's the first time in UK. Hello, Mr. Carinder. How are you?
I don't know. How is it going?
Perfect.
Yeah.
You're welcome, my friend. And now let's go to Scotland, Aberdeen. How are Mr. Peter?
Yeehaw!
And last but not the least, we have Mr. Stephen Healy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Marco, and it's good to be here. And I'm looking forward to the topics today.
Okay, so the topic today is okay. It came one good to my mind: holiday destinations.
Oh,
Okay, who wants to start?
Okay, the most amazing place you could ever want to visit is Fiji. It's just, well, you've got clear blue sea, you've got sandy beaches, you've got fishes swimming in the sea, and if you're stopping at a reasonable hotel, then you have good food, great wine, and you can just relax.
Mhm.
And to me, that's the perfect holiday, is on the beach and exploring. So Fiji is my port of call.
Okay, perfect. Next one. Well, let's Chris.
well, I like Italy because I'm an historian and I like arts. And in Italy, it's the Renaissance there. You have Florence, a city which I have visited 2 times. And there are much museums and a beautiful culture and also nature. So I like it there. And I like the Italian food also.
Well,
The wine.
you should try Portugal, Chris, because it's very similar. It's also an ancient country, and
Yes.
I think food won't disappoint you.
I'm sure of that.
So next one will be Harper. Tell us, Harper.
Well, I don't have the joy of driving to Italy or anything like that. There's kind of a
Well, you
waterway.
should try. You should try.
But I mean, where I'm at, I live in the middle of the desert, so going to the ocean is really truly a vacation for me. So, and our closest beach is San Diego, California. So we love going down there, spending 3 or 4 days there, kind of eating out at some of the restaurants that we don't have here, and then sitting out on the beach, barefoot and walking in the water and stuff. So that's what we do. So
Perfect. Well, by the way, let's throw also to our audience the question: where were the most amazing holidays you had? So share with us this secret. And let's bring Mr. Jim.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Destin, Florida. Destin, Florida, on the Panhandle, white sandy beaches, great seafood. Yeah, they call it the Redneck Riviera. It's just really a wonderful place. We go there every chance we get. If we're not there, we're in Naples, Florida. We're trying to be on the Gulf Coast. Seafood, live music, relaxing, crystal clear water, ocean fishing.
Okay, sounds good. And Karinder.
Mine will be Los Angeles because Ethan and Peter know me. The reason why Los Angeles because of CEA.
Very good.
And
Yes.
Ethan knows about this. Ethan knows about me very well. Why I like your Los Angeles.
Mm.
Is that right, Ethan?
Yeah, it is. It is right.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. And now, Mr. Peter.
Ik ga naar Berlin voor mijn urlaub.
Ah,
Oh.
Berlin.
Ja, genau.
No, it's I'd like to go, but I'd like to go back to Florida. I like Florida as well. That's if Joe Biden's law will let me in.
You shouldn't. You should know better than to let you in.
I'm going to come through the south border because everybody else does.
Yeah.
Hello, Lillian. Let me know if you want to join to the conversation. We will be pleased to have you here also. Okay, so welcome. Now I think it's my turn, and yes, I'm also a beach man, and I like to go to the north of Galicia, which is in Spain, in the north coast. Okay, because we live close to Galicia. In ancient times, around I don't know, maybe 1,000 years ago or more, this area where I live was also Galicia, but it was the Portuguese part of Galicia. So we have these common roots, and I love to go to the north. If you go to my Instagram and Facebook, you will see lots, I would say thousands of pictures from there. And I love, it's not a crowded place. There are it's tiny villages, port fishing, and amazing beaches, also amazing food and seafood and you know, I think I don't know about you, but here in Portugal, usually we have this expression which is we are a good fork. When someone likes to eat, he or she is a good fork. I don't know if you. So
I am a very good fork then.
Okay, who wants to join the group? So, and yes, also Portugal. It's a very nice place to visit. I think I could be a little bit suspicious to talk about it, but I'm sure that it is. I hope the tourists could come to here again because we need them.
Yeah,
Our economy. Yes, Stephen.
Tourism is. I mean, basically, we do want to get back to something near normal, and to be able to travel again. Initially in our own country, but then to go abroad. I think that the problem that we're facing though is the fear. We've always had the fear of flying, but now we've got a double fear, and we've got to overcome that in order to be able to fly to Portugal and join Marco.
Absolutely. Well, Lillian, I've sent you the link if you want to join the studio and share your ideas and share your thoughts and share your favorite holiday destination. And okay, Stephen, let's talk about food also. Share with us your favorite dish and also the one you do better.
Right. I'm going to tell you a story. When I was a lad, which is going back some way, the local market sold a delicacy, which was black pudding. And black pudding is, once you've eaten it, you're okay with it, but it looks horrible. It smells awful, and you wouldn't go near it but your mum said you had to, so you did. So northern delicacies, sort of north of Manchester, would be black pudding, which is a bit like haggis, because it's the bits that nobody wants to eat all in one delicious serving. Peter can talk about haggis in a moment, which is the Scottish equivalent, of course. It's where you get all the meats that nobody wants to eat, and you sort of tell everybody it's good for you. Well, that's what my mum used to say. It would be good for you. Cooking these days, we've got total freedom because we're now we can do cuisine from around the world. We have had so many different people visiting our shores that we can go out Italian, Indian, French, German. You can pick the food that you want to eat, and you can either go out to a restaurant and buy it, or if you're adventurous, you can cook it yourself. So the world is our oyster. We can eat anything we like now.
Absolutely. And your specialité.
Right. Okay. As you all know, my speciality is a roast dinner, whether it's roast chicken or roast pork, with roast potatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, you name it. And that's definitely every Monday if you want to come and visit. And I enjoy cooking. Cooking is a great relaxation. I mean, whether you're actually barbecuing outdoors, as Jim does, or cooking in the kitchen, you can create something which is tasty and edible most of the time. On the days when I could burn toast, I now can cook most things. The favorite thing I like to make, though, is lasagna. Lasagna is the dish of the gods, and we're very fortunate to be able to get all the ingredients and perfect pasta and perfect sauce, and lasagna will be my favorite dish. And I can cook it too.
Perfect. Well, we have here Lillian sharing that she likes Cameroon, of course, and Andalusia. Andalusia is very close to Portugal. So you just have to go straight to the west, and you will find Portugal. But please stop before you reach the ocean. Okay. Well, that nice question, Steven. What do you wine you're cooking with? French white wine or Swiss white wine?
That's an excellent question. Basically. Go to Morrison's and find the best wine. Cabernet Sauvignon, any single grape wine is good, as far as I'm concerned. And back in the day, it used to all be French wines. Now we've got a choice from around the globe. So a nice Australian red goes with any meal. We don't particularly drink white wine. Red wine is the wine of choice.
Okay, I hope you're not one of those chefs who start cooking and start drinking. They end drinking, but they don't end cooking.
That's only on Christmas Day. You're allowed to do that on Christmas Day because you start preparing 3 hours before the meal is ready. You've got to have a drink to actually get you in the Christmas mood. So drinking only on Christmas. I'm wouldn't be drunk in charge of cooking ever. It doesn't make any sense. You've got to be careful in the kitchen.
Okay, Lillian, she's saying that Germany has some good wines too, and Portugal also.
Yes, sure.
So, Chris, okay, it's your turn.
Well, I can give you a demonstration.
Okay, perfect.
So
it's empty.
This is Australian wine from Jacob's Creek, and this is the white one, Chardonnay. I had the last part of it from Sunday dinner, and now I have made, but I don't know how to say it in English, scampi diabolique, which are prawns, I think. With a very hot sauce, and that with rice, and I like it. It's an excellent thing. And I like also the red variant of this, of Jacob's Creek from Australia. And it's excellent wine, and he is relatively cheap. So that are my preferences.
Okay. It comes with a kangaroo?
No,
If
it comes from the supermarket.
if it's a creek, I know all the animals go there to pee. Hey, since I'm on, I'll tell you about my food, right? I don't know if you know this, but if you look how handsome I am now, right? That's
Yeah.
because I'm in a low carb, high fat diet, right?
Mm.
So
I was about to ask you your secret, Peter.
yes, that's a
You
secret.
can read my mind.
And the other secret is don't drink alcohol. I haven't had alcohol for 17 years. So, a couple of things. One, my best breakfast is the good old British bacon, 2 eggs, not one, fried bread, used to be beans and tomatoes.
Fine.
Lovely jubbly, but now I can have keto bread, bacon, 3 eggs
3x.
with coffee and cream. Absolutely wonderful. Now, who can tell me the most common English meal now? Can you tell me?
Fish and chips.
Bacon.
No,
Yeah.
I lived in England for a year. Well, I've lived more than that. It's the kebab.
No.
How would you believe? The kebab, which was invented in Berlin. They've got a kebab shop. Museum. Right. Second thing, haggis. I'm going to tell you how they catch the haggis. Okay? So what they do,
Here we go.
men go out with nets and they go into 2 groups. Now, I don't know if you know this. The haggis, there are 2 legs, one at the front and one at the left-hand side. They're short. And the other one's long. It's actually longer. And they stay in the hills. And all they do is go round in circles in the hills at the same side. So what the huntsmen do, they go into the hills and they blow and the haggai or haggis, run and they keep running. But then the other group, they turn up at the other side of the hill. The haggis turn round and then they fall because they're too short and they roll down the hill and the men catch them. And that's how the haggis are caught.
That's a good story, Peter.
Yeah.
Sorry? Do you
That's a
know
good
I went
story.
to America Toastmasters
Yeah,
in
very
Florida,
good,
Mhm.
Peter.
and I actually won the best speaker of the night with that in the humorous, and I just happened to be there and I won 10. But so that's it. So some people actually believe in the haggis being real, but what it is sheep's intestines. That's what it is. Haggis.
And now that our beauty advisor, Peter Stewart, it's time for
Very
Jim
funny.
to talk about a little bit about.
My wife is a world-class cook. And as Stephen can tell you, we grow out a lot. My favorite food to prepare is Thai cooking. We order giant supersized prawns, and we seafood, Thai seafood with a lot of curry, a lot of spice, a lot of jalapeno. Chris would really like this. You know,
I think
we
I
cook-
like this, yes.
Oh yeah, like your Skippy Diablo. It's
Yeah.
very, very close to it. We cook a lot of Thai food. You know, we prepare that. Recently, though, I've learned to prepare sushi.
Mm.
I've actually ordered sushi grade salmon, sushi grade tuna. I'm not so good at rolling it, but sashimi, I can cut the sashimi. I'm pretty good at that. And wasabi. We're dining a lot of experience. I can't drink alcohol anymore. I turned into a Peter, because of the cancer. But my wife will have a glass of wine with every meal, so we make up for that.
Perfect.
I don't really like Japanese because they were cruel to our men during the war. Sorry if you're Japanese and sense of humor. Hey, the Japanese have got a great sense of humor. They used to have a thing called the endurance, remember? And they basically tortured one another to win. They made them stand on blocks of ice and they weren't allowed to go to the toilet. The Japanese loved it. I know how to announcer. I would have been on that program. Oh, chick number 3, look at him, Johnson.
I know how to make the Japanese run away. If you want to make the Japanese run away, you just say, "Rook, Godzilla."
The famous Japanese story I liked was the guy that was still fighting the war. I think it was 40 years after it. He was still in the jungle. And he wouldn't give in. They dropped leaflets and everything and says, give up, it's over. Nah. And he wouldn't believe it. And he actually killed villagers to live and he killed policemen trying to get hold of him. And the only reason he stopped was they got his old commanding officer to go into the jungle and say, hey, the war's up, buddy. We've got Burger King and McDonald's and everything now, Come on back. And he went back to Japan. And he was that disgusted with the way Japan had went, he ended up as a cattle farmer in America.
Really?
Didn't you know that one?
No.
Yeah. So he went to America, and that's a true story. He still fought. He wouldn't give up. I think he got a medal. Anyway, back to you.
Okay, now it's time to Karinder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell about some food.
No, my favorite food is pizza. Like proper Thai pizza. And when you eat it, it's like in a pot. So when you make it in, you can put it in the microwave, eat it,
Microwave.
and then that is a most delicious pizza I've ever seen.
Oh, you like pizza?
Pizza.
If you're in the restaurant, if you're in the restaurant and you look at the food in the restaurant, I don't think it's any other food apart from pizza. It's the best one. Pizza or coffee.
Pizza to save the
I
world.
love, I really love
It
pizza.
has to save the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, Mr. Harper.
I have a question for you.
Okay,
In a minute, Corinda.
in a minute. Yes.
Yeah.
My favorite food is definitely steak and potatoes. Here in the United States, I'm what's called a country boy, and just a good steak. Can't be too big, of course. Mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, it doesn't matter. Any kind of vegetable. But yeah, I'm definitely now, like Corinda. We definitely like our pizza. I am definitely a pizza person. But yeah, it's just steak and potatoes. So
Okay. I think it's my turn. Well, I think it's hard to believe, but as Portuguese, I like codfish. Yes. There's one which is fried, and then it goes a little to the oven, with round slices of potato and some onion, olive oil, and it's delicious. And of course, I like also seafood. You're not alone, Jim.
Oh, thank you.
You're not alone.
Love seafood.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Me too.
Even
So-
though I grew up in
Mm.
Seattle, everybody kind of expects you to like seafood from being there. I'm really not a seafood person. I mean, I'll eat fish and chips. I'll eat some catfish, but other than that, I mean, it's just I'm not a seafood person.
Hmm.
I used to,
Yeah.
when I first joined the military, I used to get
I'm not a
harassed a lot
seafood.
because everybody thought that
Mm.
I was from Seattle, which is a very large fishing port for the U.S. And no,
Hmm.
Okay. So, Karinder, it's time for you to put the question to Stephen. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, even a pizza. We're both live in the UK, right? Your country, India, with food and anonymous. You think our country is a media?
Trying to get the gist of that, Corinda. I don't know.
You think our country? Yeah,
It's greedier.
yeah.
Don't know. Turn my volume up, but I'm still struggling.
Well, what he's asking is if this country, our country, Stephen, the UK, has got greedier.
Yeah.
I haven't. I've no opinion. That's probably the safest thing.
Oh, well, I have.
I thought you might. Just give me a second, Peter. Two points from Lillian. If Lillian is still watching, it is very difficult to judge humour-wise what's going to be acceptable. So if we offended, we do apologise, and that's on behalf of Scotland as well as England. And the second thing is there's a comment that Marco shared twice. I'm actually proud and happy to cook dinner for two. Okay, that's my bit said. Peter, it's over to you.
Well, what Corinda's asking is if we're a greedy country. No, we're not a greedy country. We're a capitalist country. We're not a socialist country. We give loads of money to charity. We give the full amount that we promised to help. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just don't agree with you because we've
No.
cut back our foreign aid.
No, well, we need to cut back foreign aid because we've got people on the streets, Corinda, of our own capital, our own cities. We need to look after them first and then look after other people instead of them having nuclear programs, instead of them building big military, etc., etc. Feed the people first with the money. That's what I would say. But we give our fair share, not only from the government, but we also give a fair share out of our own pockets to the likes of Oxfam and all these sorts of. So we're not a greedy country, as far as I'm concerned.
But our government hate our money.
Sorry?
Government hate our government hate our money.
Ate our money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Like our
every
government
does.
eat our money.
Yeah. No, but I mean, the thing is, if you come into a program and you all agree with the same thing, that's the problem. As far as I'm concerned, Britain is a very, very generous country.
Okay, very good. Let's let's
No,
bring another.
You're still here, Lillian.
I
Sorry that much.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say I agree with Harper.
Okay,
Okay.
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
No. Can I just ask where Lillian's from? Is it Germany?
No.
That's
Lillian is in Switzerland,
Yes.
Swiss. Hey, I'm going to show her something. Look,
but she's from Cameroon.
Lillian, look. Do you know where that's from?
Here we go. Here we go.
His own commission. This is
Switzerland.
an affiliate sale, not allowed.
Well,
Made-
we are not in
yeah.
Amazon Live.
Actually,
Here we go
Swiss.
again.
made in Italy, but the company is called Kibun, which is Korean for happy. There you go.
Well, so it's time to share our experience. Stephen, do you want to share our experience last Monday on Amazon Live?
I must certainly do. If you want to share the screen, Marco, that would be brilliant too.
Okay.
I was honoured. Marco did his first ever Amazon show last week, and on Amazon.com, and it was a blast. I never thought it'd actually be on Amazon, so I'm grateful to Marco for inviting me.
Yeah.
And we were able to talk for an hour. Did you make any sales? That's the point.
Not yet.
Okay, right, okay. Well, this.
Let me see if I can find the stream.
This was episode 0. I've got a link on my profile if you.
Do you really? Okay, send it to me, please, or you can share the screen.
Oh, blimey. Okay. A technical thing here. I'm just going to open browser tab. You can hear that opening in the background, and
I was actually listening to you guys while I was driving around, so I couldn't comment, but I was listening to you guys. I was watching you on the phone.
Brilliant.
It was very early for you, right, Harper?
Yes.
Okay.
I
You're
was on my way
an early bird.
I don't normally go live before 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it was early for me as well.
But
In
I
fact,
saw it on
yeah.
replay.
I know.
today I was thinking about the did you send the screen share, Stephen?
I'm working on it. Just give
Okay.
me my internet is
Okay,
slow.
no problem. Just let me know when it's ready. And I was thinking about someone who was there interacting, and then I thought, my God, I think she's in Central Time, because usually she's 6 hours
Mhm.
sooner than me. I live in the future. And Chris even more.
Yeah, because right now I'm 7 hours, but then next week I change to 8 hours
When
8
we-
hours.
because when
Oh.
the clocks change, I go to Pacific time frame. I go to the Pacific time zone instead of Mountain.
okay,
My clocks
so,
don't change. I
Oh.
change time zones.
So then I think, oh my gosh, she was so soon in the show, and I say, oh my God, she didn't sleep. Yeah, I think one of the things about Amazon Live, because it is mainly for Americans, I think we should go a little bit later the day, maybe at evening, because otherwise they will be.
That's right.
Yeah.
If your audience is
That's
asleep,
right.
then it's a little
Okay,
bit
there
of
you
a
go.
problem. I have done the screen share. There you are.
Yes.
So that's the proof. Right. I'm not sure whether I got sound on that, but
Yeah, because
I think it's still
there's it's one of the metrics of Amazon Live. It's the unmuted viewers, which means who unmutes the live stream to watch it, which is something important, it seems. when someone unmutes the live stream, it means okay, they are interested in watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lillian is saying that depends on your audience, because that's the problem, Lillian. Amazon, you can only go live on Amazon.com, which
Right.
means mainly there are American people there and maybe from other countries, but the main audience would be from America. One of the things I'm hoping is that they will release this feature to other Amazon marketplaces, like from Brazil and also from Spain. Okay, and then I can make it in another different time slot, and also in Portuguese and Spanish, of course. Let me see. Let me see. I think as usual, the best way to see how things work is to try.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. But you do need an iPhone, don't you, Marco?
Yes, 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 yes. Amazon
No,
Live,
it's
you
not
can
even
only,
for me and you.
you can get Amazon Live without having the iPhone, but you can only do Amazon Live with an iPhone, because the broadcast, even though, for instance, you can use OBS, you can use StreamYard, you can use, excuse me, you can use StreamYard, Restream, OBS, vMix, whatever, this kind of tools to go live on Amazon. Before the stream is sent to Amazon, it gets to your iPhone, and you have to go live from your iPhone. The stream from StreamYard comes to the iPhone. You hit the button go live, and then you go to Amazon Live. That's the process. And there's no app for Android.
There isn't an app for
Or you can
Android.
just go, or you can go on your computer to Amazon.com. Doesn't have to be on your phone, correct?
You need app, Harper. Without the Amazon
gotcha,
Live
okay.
app, you can't go live there. Okay, because I can show you. I can show you the stuff. Okay, so let me see if you can see it. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Then
yeah. I've
you.
got the app on my phone, but I got an iPhone now, so.
Okay, and then you, for instance, you can go here. Let me see if I can.
No, we can't. We
And
can't
there's,
read it.
okay, there's an option external camera, or you can do from the iPhone. Of course, you can go live from the iPhone. Okay, but if you pick external camera, it will gives you the RTMP credentials. Okay, you can send it through email, for instance. Okay, then you put it on the fields on StreamYard or Restream or OBS or vMix, whatever, and then you go live on StreamYard. The stream goes through your phone, and then you hit the go live button on your phone, and then it starts the show. Okay, that's the right way to do things there. Okay, you can't go from the for now. You can't go from directly from your computer.
Question from Lillian.
Okay, no, you can't, Lillian. There's two steps in this process. The first one is to create an affiliate account. It's in the moment you create the account, and then you can get affiliate links and get money from that. Okay, and then the next step is to be an influencer. You I don't know which the numbers, but you have to have a certain number of followers in 4 different social media. It depends. It's on YouTube and Twitter. You get the allowance once you hit the button, or not, because the first time I tried, I didn't get it. Okay, on Instagram and Facebook, they take time to see if you fit or not the criteria. Okay, so and I don't know, because the first time I applied I applied both times with Twitter, because it's the social media where I have a bigger following. And the first time they said no, and I talked with someone who already is on Amazon Live, and he told me that he knows people who had fewer following there, and they got it. And then it was 2 weeks ago, I was talking with people about Amazon Live, and I said, okay, let me try again. Then I tried, and okay, they proceed with the forms, and I say, okay, I think I'm in. And then I was very happy. I was filling the form and everything, and then okay. And at the end, okay, now you need to download this iOS app, Amazon Live. And I say, oh, Houston, we have a problem. But then I bought the iPhone. I bought an 8 refurbished. I think I spent 200 euros. Okay, it's more than enough. I put it on the stand here, close to me, because one of the things you can be in the show and you can add products to the carousel or delete. So I think it's good. And also I can be on Clubhouse now.
I
Good reason
I
to get
will
an
follow
iPhone.
you.
Yes,
Right.
yes, I know.
Okay, just rewinding. We've been joined by more friends. First of all, Lillian is saying 10,000 followers on Twitter. And Mr.
Yeah.
Upton is saying that Mr. Stewart seems to think he's competing with Jim because he's wearing the white hat. And people are saying hello to each other and welcome Brigetti.
Okay, hello,
Yeah.
Brigetti, how are you?
Well, you see, I enjoyed myself so much on the show with Marco that I thought, right, okay, I'll have a go. So I've got my, I've signed up and everything, but as Marco said, there's one final thing that you need that I don't have, which is an iPhone. And I'm thinking about it.
Well, you can go. I think Swappy is the place where I bought mine, and
Okay.
there's on my opinion, the cell phones are very affordable. Okay, it's one of the good things, and the other good thing, they give you 24 months of guarantee, warranty, which for me it's very good. It's like you're buying a new one, so I think it's an investment, because
Yeah.
Right.
because I've seen. Okay, let me remove this from screen. I see that some people are monetizing very well the Amazon Live thing. For instance, some are getting equipment to review, some are getting makeup things. I think this won't be my thing, makeup things.
Yes,
I don't know
of
why. Who knows? Maybe I
Cosmetics for
start
men,
doing
big business.
maybe I start doing a Boy George thing.
Boy George.
Calma, Camellia.
Did you know that Boy George used to be a boxer? Did you know that?
No.
There you go. No, listen, Lillian, this is for you. I'm just going to try a bit of German for you. Hallo, wie geht's? Ich habe gewohnt in Berlin für 1 Jahr. Ich war ein Panzersoldaten in Berlin. How's that go? How's that?
Well,
Close.
very good, very good, very good.
In Berlin, I'm
Okay.
Well,
Say that
okay.
again.
Google
Ich
Translate.
verstehe.
Okay. So,
Okay.
guys,
Now,
we
John
can
Upton.
go take some
John
beers
Upton.
and let them speak to each other.
Right. What do you want to do?
What?
I've got something to tell John. John, I was looking at my video on Facebook today. I put up a Facebook video rather than speaking or anything. It's had over 4,000 views now, John. I put it up as an advert, Facebook ad, and it's had over 4,000 views, and it's the most click-throughs I've ever had, just to let you know that.
Good.
Peter, I'm wearing a black hat next week.
All right. I better order one of them. If you,
I tell you what, on the Blabbing for Britain show tomorrow, I'll be wearing a new white T-shirt, which is emblazoned with the logo, a member of the Grow Your Business Club.
Right.
I shall have a cup, also from Fraser Hay. So I'm marketing on behalf of Fraser tomorrow.
Wait until you see what I've got tomorrow.
I can't wait. Sorry, I'm not saying anything, Peter.
Yes, tune in.
You're teasing people now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Stephen's getting to be like Michael Jordan wearing logos in his broadcasts.
Yeah,
He does.
well, it's all because Fraser and I start a new broadcast next Wednesday at 10:30. So it's a trailer for that, really.
It's like these boxers that have
Oh.
their advertisement on the back of their robes.
On the red corner.
I don't know if I've mentioned this, Jim. I've set up my Facebook page and I got a very, very good email today. I've set up my training, okay? And I've put feelers out. I've got 15 waiting for next week for we're doing a live demo. And then I've got 15 maybes. So it's a potential 30, which means that is the biggest audience in these types of things I'll have had. And I've also got the suppliers looking in, and they're going to be sending me stuff. And I've set up the other Facebook, the other page. So I was speaking to Stephen about getting everybody to come on, and then the advertisers will be round about me. And I'll be
Well,
chatting.
Upton's got a message for you on the sidebar.
What's that? I know. He done it 2 years ago for a birthday present for me, and I couldn't get it downloaded, and I finally put it up. I apologized to John. I said, look, we need to play this, and I wish I'd done it before. It's had a good. It's people have watched it more than me standing there going, "Hey, I'm Pete. Buy from me. We'll kill your rats." No, the video's been much better.
Subtle, Peter. Subtle. I'm thinking of getting a high vis jacket to walk about when we're delivering leaflets, and it's going to just have 2 words on the back of it, and they are "Vote Angelica."
Oh,
So I'm going to be a walking billboard, Jim.
right. Remind me to buy one, high vis from the door, and when I open it, I'll have F off.
Lillian, we do apologise.
Oh my God.
Fly
Oh,
off.
You're offending Lillian. Stop it.
Hey, I says F, fly off. Lillian, you got to get used to my humour. You're maybe not used to people like me. I'm the odd one out.
I've been doing this show long enough. I actually understand what you're saying.
Right, okay. You know, I on my keto, they do live things like this, and I come on and spoke. There was a Welshwoman, Englishman. They're mostly all English, and I went away. But before I went away, I heard them speaking about, and I said, "He's got a strong accent. What was he saying?" Lillian, I hope you're still there. Come back.
we have the same problem here. For instance, you were in Madeira. In Madeira, they have a nice accent, but in Azores, it's even worse. For me, it's easier to understand Spanish than Portuguese from Azores.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there are in some island, the accent it's even worse to understand.
In the United States, we have so many different colloquial accents. Boston.
Yeah.
I have difficulty speaking with people that come from Boston, or then you had the Cajuns down in New Orleans. They speak differently. In the South, we have a drawl. I disguise my drawl, but I'm a Southerner.
Okay.
You know, I have that voice. I have to remember not to use it. You know? In Scotland, you've got a loch, Loch. I'll never forget, an American come up one day. We've got a place called Banchory, Bancory, Banchory. An American come up, "Excuse me, sir, could you tell me the way to Banchory?" Oh, I laughed.
Yeah, Lily, she's saying that I have my accent too. It makes us all unique, and it's because here in the north of Portugal, we have also an accent. And for instance, when you go to Lisbon, which is the capital, and they think that we are the greatest ones, and you start talking, and they say, "Okay, you come from the north, right?"
Yeah.
It's because one of the things, and this is because of the influence of Spain here, we have the V and the B. And Spain, they spell it the same way, the V and the B. They spell it like B.
Mhm.
And here in the north, usually we do the same as Spanish people. We say V and B the same way, B, 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 B. Okay? I try hard since I was about around 15, which last week, to educate myself to say it properly. V when it's V, B when it's B. But I think that sometimes something goes. And there's a funny thing about this, because here in the north also, because of the poverty, the war in the 60s, with 50s, 60s, it ended in 33. There were lots of people who went to France, okay, and they speak the V and the B right when they speak in French, and when they speak in Portuguese, it's another thing.
Yeah.
So it's funny. It's funny because they speak these letters properly in French, but in Portuguese they came back to the roots.
I have many friends from India. I do business. Now so many people from India have gotten into my life, but one of my clients is named Bob Bakshi. And in India, people from India traditionally have trouble with the letter V. They pronounce it as a W. And I always tell Bob Bakshi, "Hey, Bob, did you get some vegetables?" He said, "That's vegetables, Jim. I can say it."
I used to be a bus driver here, and I'm gonna type into private. You might want to put up. And when I first went on the bus here, this was north, this was up near Fraser Hayes area. Now, if you look at that name, if you put it on the screen, maybe. You see it?
Yes.
You can't put it on the screen from where you've written it.
All right, I've put it in my private chat. It's FINZEN. Could you try and pronounce that?
Finzian.
Finjan?
No. So I was on the bus, and the woman came up and says, "Can I get 1 and 2 children's tickets to Fishy?" And I'm looking at my book going, "That's not a place called Fishy." She goes, "There it is. It's called Fishy."
You see, that's the thing. Local language as well as regional language.
Yeah.
And when people get place names, they shorten them. I mean, where I came from, which is Burnley, which is near to Manchester, there was a town called Bonoldswick, Barnold Wick, and it got shortened to Barlick. Yeah, every local said Barlick. They didn't say the full name. It happens.
Absolutely. And there's also these local terms when you say, for instance, if you want to ask a beer, I don't know how to call it. Oh my God, this Prussian beer, okay, in a glass, not in a bottle.
Yeah.
The smallest one here is called Fino in the north. If you go to Lisbon, it's Imperial. Okay, so for instance, you go to Lisbon and you ask for a Fino, they will correct you. It's an Imperial. It's that.
I collect Beatles, as we mentioned at other shows, and the first time I heard the Beatles speak on a movie, I'd heard him sing, but never heard him speak. I just assumed they all spoke Cockney. and what to say? That's not an English accent, you know. So.
That's a northern accent. That's a Liverpool accent.
Scouse.
Scouse,
Yeah.
which everybody in Liverpool land is very proud of.
I done my DNA and I'm 46% Irish in my blood.
Are you now?
Yeah.
I did the 23andMe genetic test where you get your ancestry, and I go all the way back to Neanderthal.
Mm-hmm.
I have Neanderthal in my bloodline.
Yeah.
I was wondering why my knuckles drag.
We all came from Africa originally.
Yeah, I think. Well, I live very close to Africa. It's very,
Yes.
and my skin is not that white. My hair also. I think I got genes from the north because I'm tall. I think that's. But I'm curious if one day I can make it. I'm curious to know about my roots, because I'm pretty sure that there will be a lot of mixages there. Because yeah, and for instance, Portugal in the ancient times was a place when people, warriors, tribes from everywhere came, because it's kind of centered there. There's the cross to the Mediterranean here, from the Atlantic, and there was lots of people, Greeks, from
And
wherever.
the Romans.
Yeah, the Romans came here also. So there's this old saying I said before. On time of the ancient Rome, they talk about Portugal like those on Iberia, which doesn't rule themselves, but they don't allow anyone to rule them as well.
One of the things that I found in my DNA test, it goes right back, right back. Found had a little touch of Jewish in me. And I was so happy, because I don't celebrate Christmas now because of that. Because the Jewish don't do that. And I don't have to give Christmas presents anymore.
It's
My
a true thing.
wife had some Jewish in her bloodline. I did not. Got me so angry. She threw away all the ham in the house.
I do, no, but I do like bacon, you know.
Right. Coming more up to date, there is an allegiance between England and Portugal, and even Scotland as well, because as countries we once ruled the waves, and we fought together against the Spanish and the French, and we won.
Britannia.
Yeah, it was because of us, Stephen. Don't be so happy, because it was the Portuguese people, warriors, who won the battle.
Is there any French here? No.
Well, it's the problem. The problem with Portugal is that we remained in that time, you know, because okay, which good things Portugal has? Well, we discovered Brazil, we discovered India, and after that, well, we discovered Brazil.
French badge, French eagle. I'm not getting it back. French eagle.
Hat wars. Okay, and over to Lillian. Cameroon was colonized by the Portuguese. Okay, thank you. That's better. The name of Cameroon says it all. Portuguese found.
Swans, is it? Swans?
Yeah.
That's a blue hat that Peter has on. Okay.
Look there.
I didn't knew that was first.
I used to have loads of hats.
Were
I've
the
actually
Portuguese
given
there?
I've given a talk about hats.
Thank you for being.
Yeah.
And I think there's this thing on my bucket list, is to visit these countries in Africa which were colonized by Portuguese, because there's a lot of, for instance, Cape Verde and Saint Tomé. They are island, and they have so much things because, for instance, there's a theater perform here, a popular theater, which is played precisely the same story, okay, with some African adaptations, but it's performed also in the Prince Island in Santo Tomé and Príncipe. And I'm curious to be there to see inside the performing, because it's funny because even the text is very similar. So I think there's people who, historians also, who think that maybe it was someone from here who went to there in that period around 200 years ago, and then to remind his local village, he instilled there the play. Maybe this could be an explanation, but it's funny because they have this play, and it's play here also around 2.5 centuries, which is something interesting.
Marco, you better check, see if they still like the Portuguese before you go, I would say. I would have a check.
Yes. There's no problem there with Portuguese people.
Yeah.
I think the place where the things are not that so good is with Brazil. I think there's the place where there are some wounds remained,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
yes. This situation, it was, even though at that time 500 years ago the things were like that, because sometimes there's this funny story to finish the show. One day I was talking with a girl from Brazil, and she said to me, well, you stole the gold and the diamonds and the woods and everything. And I said, seriously? Your father was Portuguese, was born in Portugal. Your mother is from Italy. She was born in Italy. And you're talking about this thing? Because there was this thing they said then when Portuguese arrived to Brazil, they bought everything with mirrors, because they took on the ship mirrors, and they gave them to the Indians, and they say, oh my God, look, they were amazed, and they bought everything with that.
Right. Some people never forget. Have you ever heard the saying, I wouldn't give him a time of day? Has anybody heard that saying?
Yeah.
Right. So, not far from Fraser Hay, there's a place called Macduff, and there's a place called Banff. And they're just across a bridge from each other, okay? So what happened was, someone from Banff went to Macduff and stole cattle. And they caught him, and they hanged him from Banff. After that, they actually hated each other. Banff built a clock tower, but only 3 faces, not 4, facing, so one didn't face Macduff. And that is why, because they wouldn't give him the time of day.
There you go.
If I ever get on the show Jeopardy, I'll remember that.
Just get them on and full of information, just no problem.
From the show where anything can happen, and usually does. From Scotland. Yes. Right. From Scotland, from Arizona, from Georgia, from Portugal, and of course from Belgium. It's goodbye from us for this week, and thank you to Corinda for joining us earlier. Thank you, Lillian, for being such a good sport, and thank you, Peter, for keeping everyone entertained. Take care, everybody. Until next week, we'll see you at the same time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Where's that haggis?